first of all, a great environment, great weekend, a very busy weekend ahead for us. Started off today with our coaches clinic. Over 275, almost 300 coaches at practice today, and we anticipate over 500 for our coaches clinic. And I think that's a great illustration of the relationships that have been built with our high school coaches, that we have great respect for. Coaches from all over the country have come here this weekend, so very excited about that. Saturday, also a very busy day of going in the stadium. It'll be competition Saturday. We will scrimmage and do some things, but it's also going to be a practice, and we'll keep score. Every rep will count. One-on-ones, interpositional, fundamental competition, so looking forward to that. Also, Faculty Appreciation Day. We'll have upwards of 300 faculty and staff here to watch us play, and it's an opportunity to say thank you to everyone that means so much to us in our football family, and also to show them what's going on at Tennessee football in terms of academic success and academic excellence. And then our first annual Student Appreciation Day. And it's a chance to say thank you to our great student body, everything that they were able to do for us and creating a home field advantage for us last year in Neyland. And we need them this year as well, this upcoming year. So a very busy day and a lot of work to do on Saturday. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
What do you need to see Saturday? I mean, I guess your last major setting.
An overall mentality, a toughness on both sides of the football, finishing plays. We must become a much better tackling defensive football team, and that's the reason why we continue to make our quarterbacks live. It's for the quarterbacks to see who can create plays, but it's almost as much more for our defense to see who can create plays, tackle in space, keep our points on the quarterback when we pass rush. So we need to see a much more physical football team, a team that can grind it and work through and compete and then make plays. That was one of our things we spoke about when spring ball began, is who are playmakers on offense and defense, and we need to still find out. So Saturday is a very big day for us in terms of evaluation and continuing to improve as a football team.
Is that why you challenged Nixon, I think, 3 times in a row
in
practice today?
It's a mentality. You have to bring it every day. The great players, so much that goes into the football game in preparing that a lot of people don't understand. Right down to, do you have a contingency plan as a player? So what happens? You have 12 opportunities. The game doesn't start the way you want. Maybe, the guy is working to dominate you. What's your contingency plan? What are you going to? How do you prepare your mind? And with a young football team, you just don't show up in practice. You have to prepare each and every day. So again, it's those habits that we're trying to create with this football team.
Is Jason Carr going to be in a position to contribute Saturday, and will that help the depth on the D-line?
Yeah, he's playing really with one hand. His hand is all bandaged up in a cast, so he will be available. He was full go today. He was cleared. But again, you're taking one of your weapons away with your hands. So, but he will be able to play. And, he's one of those individuals right now, the clock is ticking for him. We need him to step up. And, there's a possibility we may explore moving him to offense. So the sense of urgency has to really pick up for Jason.
But you talked about playmakers looking defensively. How close do you feel that you identified any of those guys that can help you out as playmakers defensively?
I feel a little more comfortable on offense. Defensively, a long ways to go. Emmanuel Mosley is the one individual at corner that continually impresses. He's extremely competitive, fights for the ball in the air, is like a sponge, takes everything that Coach Martinez tells him, tries to apply it to his game. We just need to get him bigger and stronger to compete at a high level come August and then into September and into football season. But I really like what he's bringing to the table. Jalen Reeves-Maben is continuing to learn the little nuances that it takes to play winning football at the linebacker position. But our entire secondary's got to pick it up, especially at the safety position, and up front we're nowhere where we need to be.
Don asked you about Mixon. What have you seen from him? Obviously, I guess he took last fall off. Is he taking off the rust this spring?
Yeah, he's going through that developmental phase, and with football, there's so much that goes into playing it, and it takes so much time to work yourself into it. Not only was he take a year off, but we switched his positions. We moved him inside the defensive tackle, so there's a little bit different. And he's just learning the discipline that it takes, the toughness that it takes, but also the mentality that you got to have, snap in and snap out. And he's done a very, very good job, but again, he's young. And he's developing, but that's the thing is we don't have time right now to take our time and, just sit them and develop them. These individuals are playing come, football season. So the sense of urgency in everything that they do, everything is magnified just because of our youth, and we have to get them ready to play.
Butch, what does it say about your tight ends that you're missing Downs and Branisell, and that it seems that Helms and Wolf have answered the challenge?
Oh, they have. They're every bit as good as we thought they were in the recruiting process. Both of them are going to play as true freshmen. And I thought Ethan had one of his better days today. Daniel continues to develop. But I've been very, very pleased with both. These two individuals should be in high school right now. They're extremely competitive. They're very intelligent. They're tough. They're tough-minded. And they can catch the football, and they're one of our playmakers. Both of them are playmakers on offense for us. So I've been very excited about those two individuals.
Is there anybody close to Corey Vereen and maybe Jordan Williams in terms of pass rush?
Well, again, we're work in progress. No, not right now. And Jordan Williams and Corey Vereen have a long way to go. I would say if you're just talking about because we've asked so much of Kurt Majit, same thing with Kurt. He's getting there, but we need more individuals to step up.
Which is maybe moving. You talked about maybe looking at Jason Carr on the offensive line. Is that maybe a reflection of better suited for his talents, or is that maybe a situation where the offensive line could use numbers?
It's a combination of both, but suited with his talents. And we're always going to play with the defensive line first, and we'll see. He still has some few practices before we make that decision, but. First of all, it's where every individual can help you and help the team win. And so we'll make that assessment. We're continuing evaluating him as we go.
How long has that been
Would he be more of a tackle or guard? Do you have any idea?
Tackle.
how long has that been or how long have y'all been kind of looking into that?
For a while. Marlon Lane had a test today. You guys are very good and observant. Student athlete first. And he had a test. And a meeting with a professor, and academics always comes first in our program.
Butch, last year you made a point to reach out to a lot of former letter winners and do a lot of things to try and drum up a huge crowd for the Orange and White game. Are you doing something similar this year, or what are your hopes and expectations there?
Yes, I have great hopes for the spring game. And last year was a great environment, and with the youthfulness of our football team, playing in front of as many fans as we can have in Neyland Stadium for the Orange and White game is going to be critical. And it's another evaluation opportunity. It's another opportunity to get better. That's why we don't divide our teams up. First of all, we don't have enough individuals to play a spring game. But also we want to go good on good. That's the SEC. And so we need to find out who we're playing with, who we can win with come August and September. So the ability to go in Neyland Stadium and have as many fans there as possible as we can have, the more the better. It'll be the first time that, these 14 newcomers play in front of fans. The Josh Malones, the Jalen Hurds. We spoke about Ethan, Daniel, all of them. They need to play in front of that type of environment. And I know our fans will come out and support us because they're the best fans in the country, and we need them for the Orange and White game.
Do you expect a large number of former players again?
I do. I've been in touch with a lot of them. A lot of them are coming back, and that's the exciting thing, is to be able to welcome our former players back. And we have so much tradition here and great players that we're exceptionally proud of. That's one of the great thrills for me, is to be able to have them come back. I know Al Wilson was in town last week, but to get these individuals back, but to get them around our players, where our players can feel their energy, their passion. We had a number of individuals here at Pro Day that are former players that are scouts in the National Football League, and they come down and you start talking Tennessee football and their eyes tear up. That means everything to me, and they are the program. And the pride that we have in this football program is second to none.
Which format will be similar to your Scrimmage's offense?
Yeah, you know, we've kept score. We basically use the same scoring system last practice in Neyland. We'll do the same when we go 11 on 11 in our practice setting. We'll do the same with keeping score. There's points for tackles for loss, 3 and outs, 4th down stops, you know, turnovers, all that.
What kind of a spring so far has Cameron Sutton had? He talked about wanting to be more physical, and that was his biggest priority. Are you seeing that from him?
I do. Work in progress. Still nowhere where he needs to be from a physicality standpoint, you know, from his cover 2, you know, with rerouting the receiver. But he's had a quiet spring, which is probably a good thing, you know, and we've challenged him with one-on-ones, and he's being challenged, you know, with our receiving core. He's playing, you know, the differences in terms of, you know, he's going through the nuances too of going through a spring. And these are all new learning experiences. These individuals aren't used to the grind, you know, of spring football and the practices, because they're different than in season. You know, in training camp, you know, there is no school, where now you're balancing basically going through a training camp and school. The rigors of really being a student athlete is really, it really comes into play in the spring. You know, the balancing act and the mentality that it comes. But I've been pleased with his spring.
I know Coach Mo likes to cross-train all the offensive linemen, but who's really pushing Mack at center? Mack, where to go down? Who would you go?
Well, we're playing a lot of players right now in the offensive line, and we're trying to move them around so they learn multiple positions. That's one of the things, of the benefits of having spring practice. But Dylan Wiseman has played a lot of center. Ray Rollerson, one of our newcomers, is playing a lot of center as well, and we'll continue to move players around. But right now, our number 2 center would be Dylan Wiseman.